Welcome to Celebrity Vibes. Camila Cabello has a virtual therapy session underneath a tree in her backyard after getting in a grueling workout with personal trainer. We will damage it all down for you. But in the previous than we proceed, please, if you are new to this channel, please take a minute of your treasure time to subscribe and hit the notification bell for large updates. Let's dive into the video. Camila Cabello has often spoken out about her mental health struggles and how she has benefited from therapy. And on Tuesday, the 24-year-old singer-songwriter shared a screenshot to her Instagram story, in which she was viewed on a FaceTime call in her backyard. Virtual therapy under a tree, get that self-care in, Camila wrote on the image. After adding a screenshot of her remedy session, Camila posted a graphic about unlearning toxic body image messages. Among the messages were the quote, "Self-worth would not come from dress size or weight, and it's okay to not sense positive about my body all the time." In July, the Cuban-born singer stressed body positivity in a TikTok video that went viral. Camila recorded the video in her vehicle after finishing a run, pointing out that she was wearing an athletic top that uncovered her midsection, which she did not tuck into her leggings. She went on to say that she is a normal person who doesn't tuck her stomach in all the time, and that traumatic about such things can be exhausting. "I reminded myself that being at war with your body is so last season," she continued. The former Fifth Harmony member went on to observation that she was grateful for this body that lets me do what I need to do. She concluded the Body Fine post by humorously giving her followers a full view of her body, while singing the refrain to the Aretha Franklin song Something He Can Feel. She told the media outlet, "Anxiety is something I've struggled with since I was once a teenager, and so this has actually been a really positive time for me. I've discovered a lot about balance, about saying no to things because it's higher for me to have that hour of therapy and see my friends." Camila continued, "It's about not allowing myself to get to the place I'm burned out. In the past year I've got a new therapist, I've made a lot of progress and I experience so much better. I've been working at such an intense pace since I used to be 15, so I never got a chance to go, hey, what does living besides this pressure feel like? I felt like I didn't know till this break. I have definitely seen the benefits in my relationships too. In fact, that's likely one of the most important things, having that stability and having time to deepen intimate relationships." Camila and her former boyfriend Shawn Mendes, 23, frequently mentioned how therapy had positively impacted their relationship, and attended couples counseling before deciding to part methods after 2 years together in November. Honesty and emotional support are foundational parts of a healthy partnership. For Camila Cabello and Shawn Mendes, being open and grasp with each other about HEIR and NBSP mental health and NBSP journeys has been extremely helpful for strengthening the have faith and intimacy in their relationship. Cabello opened up about how she and Mendes take care of their mental health, individually and together, in a candid new interview with Glamour. "For better, for worse, we're very transparent with each other. I suppose that's why we can trust each other so much, because it's a very 3D human relationship," stated Cabello, who has been dating Mendes since 2019. The singers try to be honest with every other about when they're behaving a certain way because they're having a tough time, for instance. "I suppose even just the language of being like, hey, I'm sorry that I've been distant with you or snappy with you. I'm just struggling and I'm feeling kind of anxious. That degree of transparency really helps a lot," said Cabello, who has previously talked about dealing with anxiety and obsessive-compulsive disorder. They also encourage every other to bring things up with their respective therapists. "I'll be venting or ranting about something, and he'll be like, have you talked to X about it? And I'll be like, no. I've got to do a session," Cabello explained. "And he'll do the equal thing to me." Mendes shared similar thoughts with Glamour, writing in an email that he and Cabello furnish each other with an extreme amount of staying power and understanding, along with plenty of space. "I think the truth is that when you're struggling with intellectual health, it turns you into the version of yourself that you don't like to be," Mendes explained, "and kind of loving and accepting your individual through that, and being there for them through that, is life-changing." Cabello gave an example of how the couple helps each other in tough moments. At a party for the MTV Video and Music Awards, Cabello seen she was resorting to a coping mechanism she's been working on, stress eating past the point of comfort, in order to calm her nerves. "I have this pattern of ingesting a lot when I'm anxious or uncomfortable," Cabello explained. "It's a comfort thing for me. I'll just kind of turn out to be unconscious and zombie eat a lot, and then I'll feel sick." Because Cabello had previously confided in Mendes about that behavior pattern, he was in a position to offer her support when she asked for it. "I've told Shawn about that. So at the Moz party, I was once like, I'm doing it. And he was like, it's okay. You're doing it. That's okay. Let's just take a breath and not do that," Cabello recalled. It's really desirable for me to be able to talk about my patterns with someone. Cabello also talked about how her taking care of her mental fitness has evolved over the past couple of years. Having downtime and regular therapy during the pandemic helped the singer see some of the ways she was glossing over the significance of her own health and well-being in order to keep up with her career. Before going on stage, for instance, a nervous or exhausted Cabello would be too targeted on putting on a good show to check in with herself on how she used to be feeling. Am I even happy right now? Do I even feel healthy? I didn't have the space to ask myself these questions, Cabello said. I'm still working a ton now, but after quarantine I'm able to be like, you know what? Right now I'm simply not happy. I need to change something. Cabello shared that she found a new therapist and delved deeper into her intellectual health during the pandemic. With her previous therapist, I wasn't feeling like I was progressing in the areas I desired to progress, she said. But when I switched, I found I was able to apply what they stated in a way that benefited my mental health. And while Cabello had turned to therapy before for help with shorter-term issues, she stated that the additional downtime gave her the bandwidth to work on larger underlying issues. Because I wasn't stressed about all the things I wished to do the next day, I was able to slow down and have adequate stability to look at my stuff. It can take time to come to terms with and accept an intellectual illness diagnosis, even though it does not define you. In a new interview with Cosmopolitan UK, Camila Cabello says she's made it to a location where she can separate herself from her obsessive-compulsive disorder, OCD, enough to manage it, and, sometimes, even snicker it. OCD is weird. I laugh about it now, Cabello said in the interview, as reported by E! Online. Everybody has different methods of handling stress. And, for me, if I get really stressed thinking about something, I'll begin to have the same thought over and over again, and no matter how many times I get to the resolution, I sense like something bad is about to happen if I don't hold thinking about it. In a 2016 interview with Billboard, Cabello shared that she went through a period of terrible anxiety, non-stop, and it was one of her low factors of the year. She said that her heart would beat fast the whole day, and that she would want to take a nap 2 hours after waking up, because my body was so hyperactive. It got so severe that Cabello had to leave in the center of a Fifth Harmony concert that year. She later explained it was because she was once having too much anxiety and couldn't finish her set. But now that she has a diagnosis, Cabello knows greater about the way her mind works and how she can monitor when her anxiety is taking over. I didn't understand what it was, and when I found out and learned how to step back from it, it made me feel so a whole lot better, she says in her Cosmo UK cover story. I feel so much more in control of it now. To the factor where I'm just like, aha. Okay, this is just my OCD. I'll ask my mom a query for the 4th time, and she'll be like, that's OCD. You've got to let it go. Camila Cabello left Fifth Harmony almost a month ago, and as the dust finally starts to settle, we're now getting some clue as to why her time with the group was less than picture perfect. Please inform us in the comments. Please do now no longer forget about to subscribe and flip on the notification bell to see our present day updates. Thanks for watching.